Good evening, you're watching India Speaks on NDTV 24/7. I'm Neha Khanna. It's one of the country's premier colleges and it's mired in controversy. Yet again, there's a major row brewing at Delhi St. Stephen's College. This after the college's online magazine, founded by a group of students, was banned by the principal, Professor Valsan Thampu, and the editor of the magazine, Devansh Mehta, suspended, though that suspension was stayed by the Delhi High Court today. The college principal says the student is guilty of breach of discipline. The students and many alumni say it's the college that's guilty of a serious violation of freedom of expression. So we're asking today, should the college have banned the magazine and is it a violation of freedom of expression? Joining me on the show is my colleague Shilpa Johnson, who's in fact outside St. Stephen's College where protests have been taking place through the day today. Also joining us, Tejas Mehta from Mumbai. Before we come across to the two of them, let's listen into what that student Devansh Mehta had to tell Shilpa earlier.
Congratulations. You will now be able to attend the graduation ceremony tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm feeling thrilled about that. Even my parents had earlier booked their tickets to come to convocation ceremony and they had to cancel that after the suspension. But so I'm really happy with this order, with this court order. I get to attend my last ceremony before graduating. So I'm thrilled about that.
And you'll also be going into college right now?
Yeah, I've got admission to the Columbia School of Journalism in New York. So I'll be leaving for that. Yeah, I'll be going for that. But yeah. So anyways, the court hearing is on May 21st. This is not the final decision. So I'm happy, but I'm not there is always something to hold back. I'm just hoping the decision on May 21st is also favorable.
Of course. Devansh, as of now, this is the suspension order has been stayed. But what about the magazine? Because as far as I know, the petition also mentioned the ban on the magazine. Was something discussed about that?
So the stay order has just been given for for my own suspension. The issue, I do not think that Stevens Weekly will be having one more issue for this year. But on the 21st of May, we will of course be arguing before the court for the revocation of the ban. And we want it to also be a separate unit.
All right, let's now go across to Shilpa Johnson, who joins us from outside St. Stephen's College. Shilpa, certainly huge relief for Devansh Mehta there. Now, the college principal insists that his interview had not been cleared, which is why this action was taken. The students insist that Devansh was acted against because he had spoken to the media. Either way, the question being asked is a ban really the answer, that too at a college? What kind of responses have you been getting?
Neha, that's exactly what everyone here has been saying from the beginning. Ever since this magazine was banned, after it went live on March 7th, was banned, the most extreme step that the principal could have taken. But of course, he maintained his stand. Mr. Valsan Thampu, when I did meet him, went on record to say that he was upset. I'm sorry. Hello?
We can hear you, Shilpa. Go ahead.
Mr. Valsan Thampu did go on record to say that they should have, of course, taken his permission, and because they didn't, he had to take this step. He hasn't denied anyone anything, and that Devansh Mehta disqualified himself, even when he spoke about the award that Devansh Mehta was stripped of. I have with me a very close friend of Devansh's who's been involved in the entire petition, also a part of the group that wrote to Mr. Kejriwal. Was banning the magazine a very extreme step, Sohan?
I would consider very much so. Yes, and if you ask me why, I mean, the idea was that he would go through it first of all, and then he would, post his assent. So he, the moment it was put up, he realized that I think, as far as I can tell, I think he realized that it contained phrases which would stand in very bad light. So I would say that it was a very risky and very, I think, sloppy move on his part also to ban it because it gave us, say, arsenal, and it's bad for him that way, I would say.
And of course, that even though Devansh Mehta's suspension has been stayed, there will not be another issue of the magazine as of now.
Yes, that's mostly because the students they'll have their exams coming up right now. Like after the convocation, everything will go downhill. Like our own selfish motives will have to take preference at that point, and so we actually cannot come together and get another issue out this year, as in this academic year. So which ends in, I think, the next year starts in August.
Also, Neha, I would like to highlight that the High Court today, in its observation, did also mention that it was highly vindictive of the principal to have singled Devansh Mehta out, and him having been stripped of a good conduct prize as well as being suspended was very vindictive, is what the High Court has said. You, of course, are a part of the group that has written to Mr. Kejriwal asking him not to attend. Does that still stand true?
Yes, that does stand true. We have attained a very small but very remarkable victory here, and we find that there is immense propensity for it to snowball into a very big, issue. I mean, which we have been trying to address since time immemorial, I would say, in this college. And yes, I would agree. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Are you still maintaining that Kejriwal should?
Thank you. I mean, I have a very bad memory. I just keep stuff. So yes, because we don't want to give the principal any space. So if when we are ahead, we want to keep the momentum going. Yes, we will proceed with the Arvind Kejriwal plea, and we would ask him to boycott the convocation tomorrow.
Devansh Mehta, of course, told us earlier that he's very keen on attending dismissal service tomorrow. You're a third-year student yourself. Will you be attending the service tomorrow?
Well, I'm a second-year student. Yes, we will attend the convocation tomorrow just to see Devansh walk in there, and we are expecting a standing ovation.
All right. So there you have it, Neha. For now, of course, they do feel while this is quite an important step where his suspension has been stayed, they do think the larger issue really is the attack on freedom of speech, and they do, of course, feel that they will continue on this.